Men of
That's
Greater
what
Huntsville,
it
their
was.
gala. I was hosting the red carpet.
That's exactly what it was.
Yep.
I had you on staircases posing
Yep.
and
Yep.
everything. At that time, I didn't have like, fancy photographers taking pictures everywhere. I
Yeah.
was literally taking pictures with my cell
And you were.
phone,
Yep.
and you were still by my
Yeah.
side. Like,
Yeah.
even
Oh.
when I didn't have the fabulous whatever, right? The
Yeah.
fabulous office. I think at the time I met you, Mel, I was broke as I don't know what. I was literally just trying to
Wow.
make it. And I had so many different celebrity names under my belt, but yet I
Wow.
was still struggling. I was still
Wow.
struggling because I didn't know how to take care of money. I wasn't really getting paid money. I was doing everything, for the low or for free
Yeah.
until I somewhere along the way found out my value
Yeah.
and got enough boldness and
Yeah.
confidence to say, you
Yeah.
know what, I feel capable and I feel
Mm.
like I'm ready to receive what God can
Mm.
do. And you
I
were
was
by
gonna
my side in
ask
that
you.
broke moment, girl.
Yeah, I mean, really. And I was going to ask you, what do you feel was it that caused you or allowed you to move past not knowing if I'm going to be able to continue this, but I
Yeah.
love doing what I'm doing. Like, I feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So, how did you find the strength, the courage, the perseverance to keep going, even when it wasn't putting the money in your pocket that you needed it to put?
You know what? I think once you have, I'll tell you what my wife and I used to do. We would go to Logan's restaurant, and
Mm-hmm.
we would go and we would get biscuits. We would get like the little free rolls they would come out with, and they
Yes,
would bring us
yeah.
out. We would get water because we knew those were the two free things that you could get from there because we didn't have anything to even eat at the time, and I was jbolin then,
Wow.
and we would go in, and I knew that the yeast
Mm.
would fill my belly up if I got water in my stomach. I don't know where I found this logic at, but I
Mm.
found it out along
Mm.
the way, and
Mm.
that's what would fill our bellies up at night, and we would go home. And I mean, obviously, it may be bad for us now that we're getting older, but that's what we had to do to survive at that moment. And I just remember one day just really saying, "I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be here anymore." I remember having to go and live. I was living deep
Mm.
off in the projects as Jay Bolin and was scared to walk in and out of my home. People were breaking into my house because they knew that I didn't belong there. I'm walking in with blazers on and
Yeah.
my slacks on, and I'm like it didn't matter to me where I was. Like it was my culture. These are my people. It doesn't matter to me, but I had to do what I had to do in order to start life over and to like literally go back in and rebuild my infrastructure, whether it was my credit that I made really bad decisions or whether
Yeah.
it was me working for free, which was not necessarily a bad decision, but I wasn't looking at it as an investment at the time. I was looking
Mhm.
at it as though I was just working for free. So now
Yeah.
I know that it's marketing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And I had some
Yeah.
really, really tough moments. Even when I was in the projects, I still couldn't take care. Mom would come home and my lights were off. My lights were
Wow.
off. And then I would have to tell my son, we will tell a
Woo.
lie to my son and say, oh, the weather is bad outside. You know what I mean? Just so he would think that, something was going
Mm.
on. Oh, the whole neighborhood lights are out. Just so he would think that like dad, like, I didn't want him to look at his dad like his dad was a failure. And then I didn't want the men in the community in Mississippi. I'm from the country. So they're like, what the heck is a stylist? Boy, you better get your butt up and go to work
Yeah.
and get you a job and take care of
Right.
your family
Right.
while you are here seeking a dream. And
Mm.
I never wanted to let that dream go. And I just kept hearing God say, I got you. And
Yeah.
I'm like, really? You really got
Wow.
me? Because it doesn't feel like you got me.
And sometimes
But
it doesn't feel like that in the moment. You know what I mean? Like, what a beautiful testimony. And look at where you are now. And I'm going to say this because I can say it and I've been to your place. Not only um, has God blessed you triple fold, right? From where you were then. I mean, you're employing people. Let me tell you guys something. The J Bolin agency really is a whole thing. He has a whole team who works every day,
yeah.
and they're there every time I come. So, to hear right now you share, because you've never shared that with me, but like, my God, you know what I'm saying? To hear
Yeah.
you share how things started and for me to be able to physically see where I see you are now.
Yeah, but you know why? You know why you don't like most of us don't share it most of the time, and I'm probably the main one.
Mm.
You don't share it out of shame, and then you don't share it out of. I feel like when you first start off and whatever it is that you're doing, you start off and you don't have a name at all, then you do everything extremely fearlessly. Like you just do it extremely fearless, right? And I feel like once you start to gain a name, then that comes with this whole thing of what you're supposed to have and what it's supposed to look like. So then you have a fear of opening up your mouth to ask for help because you don't want people to know that you don't have. And then you have this fear of sharing with other people because it's supposed to look like you're supposed to have. So you get in this really awkward, weird place. And so I always reflect back to the moment where I was sitting in an event one day, and this makes me emotional. But I was sitting in this event one day, and this I was working with this young lady that was in a pageant, and I remember seeing a room, and there was kings and queens from Africa in the room, and I was like, "Bet, like this is where I'm supposed to be. Like for real, this is where I'm supposed to be at." And I remember seeing that room like come to a pause. And when that room came to a pause for me, I heard God whisper to me and said, "Do what I've instructed you to do, or I will take everything from you."
Woo! Obedience is better than sacrifice. Woo!
And when I
Woo!
heard that and I saw the room pause like that,
Woo!
I said, "God, I will do it. And there's gonna be some slip ups along the way. I'm gonna tell you that right now, Jesus.
Mm,
That's just what it's gonna be. But I will
mm,
do what you say do."
mm.
And so I constantly remember that every time I try to get the name Jay Bolin, or every time I try to see the name behind me on the wall, every time that tries to become higher than God to me,
Mm-mm,
or in
mm-mm.
this bigger than me situation, or
Yeah.
when it's about me, or when it becomes
Uh-uh.
about the dollar, that
Uh-uh.
those are the moments that I already know. I'm like, God will take it all from me.
Yeah.
I'm just a flawed man that has a whole bunch of grace and
Yeah.
mercy. So all this gift and talent or whatever it is that y'all see, I'm grateful, and I want you to know that I'm just like any of you out there. I'm a flawed man who make mistakes every single day, voluntary and involuntary. And
Mhm.
I'm just a flawed human that's gonna I make so many mistakes along the way, whether it's
Right.
business, whether it's personal, whatever it is. And I simply love what I do, and I'm so grateful that He allows me to
Mm.
do what I
And
do. And I'm learning
you
to
are
try to get
doing
better.
God's work. Another piece that I was sharing about you, Jay Bolin, earlier, when I was sharing about how we done a photo shoot years ago, our first one, and how we shared managers. Johnny Sledge, God rest his soul.
Yeah.
And I was sharing, I was like, when I started, I said, Jay Bo and I just stayed connected to each other over the years by way of Instagram. We just stayed, even after Sledge passed, we just stayed in contact. And I was like, being around him. So I'm going to share this with you. I said, being around him, talking about you, being around him really just elevated my mindset. So when you don't even think that you're just styling, or you're just putting these amazing pieces together, and you're giving the lady something beautiful to wear that's affordable, I promise you it's more than that. I said literally going to Jay Bolin's, coming to Dallas, going to his agency, doing photo shoots with him. I said I never hear him in mess. It's never drama. It's never arguing. His team, everybody's professional. We laugh. We have a good time. That energy that has been a breakaway for me from other energies that ain't that just really showed me, like, this is the kind of room you want to be in.
Yeah.
Like this right
and
here.
and I'm always encouraging you behind the scene as well. Like I'm like, cut it out, Mel. You don't don't say that.
Yeah,
Don't try. Don't do.
yeah,
And what I will say is that you're always so receptive.
yeah,
Whenever I'm around, I watch you just like operate in such dignity and such class. I've seen you at the reunion shows, behind the scenes,
yeah.
and you hold yourself together so well in a room. And when you have moments where you don't know what to say, and you have moments where you want to say a whole lot, you listen to your people that are around you, that you've created a great team of people around you that will speak, the
Yeah.
positivity and the life into you, just to say, listen, Mel, they're laughing in the comments right now because y'all know Melody is all things hearts. Don't mess with her though, okay? Don't.
That part. That
but
part.
but the cool thing is that you have just as much grace as mercy as I have. all of your castmates have just as much grace and mercy as all of us have, and we
Mhm.
all are just flawed humans who make mistakes along the way. And God has put us all together in order to build one another, or build community, or
Yeah.
build whatever it is that's supposed to be built along the way.
Mhm.
Like, that's just the
Mhm.
way that it's connected right now. And so I love how you're building your platform and how you've stepped into this multi-billionaire beauty industry, and you have these beautiful products that are changing the way people see themselves when they look in the mirror.
Yes.
And
Mm.
I've watched you along the way. I've watched you and your hurt and your pain and your happiness and
Yeah.
your fierceness, and hair looking beautiful and hair not looking beautiful,
Yeah.
and man, I don't
Mhm.
feel good, but I gotta go to
Yeah.
work. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
gotta get this
Yeah.
done. I've seen you in all those ways. I've seen you with tears rolling down your eyes,
Yeah.
and I've seen you extremely happy. I've seen you when you didn't want to listen to me about putting on earrings and get spied.
You
that
ain't
I told you to put
lying.
on. You know what I mean? I've
You're not
seen all those
lying.
different sides of you, and
Yeah.
you step up to the plate to
Yeah.
really show up, not necessarily just for me. And I thank
Mhm.
you. I've said this on behalf of myself and my family for showing up in our lives and coming to be a part of my brand. It's not, people think, oh my God, like Melody is coming. Look, I don't care wherever I go. I can go anywhere across the world. I just came from North Carolina doing a fashion show, and I had a line of people lined up to meet me. And those women, all they did was speak your name. They
Oh.
spoke your name at the fashion show in this line, and I was like, everybody was like, I'm a millimeter, and I know Melody, and I'm a millimeter, and I know Melody. I'm like, oh, okay, okay, cool. So I'm just giving everybody a hug
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
Melody's behalf, and
Yeah.
you show up for us. You show up for other entrepreneurs. You show up for people like
Mhm.
myself. You have shown up when I didn't have. You've shown up when I do
Yeah.
have, and
Yeah.
I just got to say thank you so much. You're such a classy individual. I
Thank
don't care.
you.
I don't care. I have seen you be one of the most sophisticated, classy girls, and that's the way most classy women got some spice to them anyway. Okay, let's just be
Uh-huh.
real.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Most classy women got this spice to them, and you are a spicy woman, but your spiciness creates this confidence that's
Mhm.
aspirational to other women to say, I can stand up for myself.
Yeah.
I can say what I need to say to protect myself,
Yeah.
and I think that you use that also in the boardroom
That's
and the meeting
right.
rooms
That's right.
when it's time to get that big
That's
deal. You
right.
use that same energy everywhere you go. They said yes, Spice. Everybody's saying Spice.
Yes. Spice.
If you're a lady who has some spice in you and you classy, just say Spice in the comments, okay? I at least want to know
Just drop the
that
word spice in the comments. I love it. I love it. And speaking of spice, which is something, we all know you can grow spices. Well, today, Bolin and I have dropped a blooming collection, a
yes,
growing collection.
yes. Oh,
And it's
and
called
all I'm
Fashion
seeing right now is
Garden.
Spice.
I
Spice coming up in
see
the
it. I
comments
see
right now.
it.
I
Yes,
am
we
so
have.
you did so well, Melody. Like, first of all, we're just gonna talk about today's pieces, okay? We'll keep everybody wondering what's coming
Let's,
next,
okay,
because
let's do that. Okay.
every single day this week there will be drops. Every single day at
Mm-hmm.
6 p.m. At 6 p.m. every single day this week, you're going to see drops from myself and Melody that we've curated and styled to perfection so that you can have the
Soon
same
as you get
project.
off work.
Right. So I'm looking around right now, like behind me over here, and there is coat dress, and then there's also, y'all know Melody's so fancy. Look at the hotel room. And then secondly, you heard what I said, Mel?
What you
I
say?
said you so
I had to get
fancy.
my
Look,
charger.
I said you so fancy. Look at this hotel room.
Oh, well,
So
I mean, you know what? I love to bless others, but I love to bless myself too.
you deserve
Yeah.
that. Everybody
Oh.
deserves that. Everybody deserves that. And then we have this multicolored maxi dress, and then we have this black and white coat, dress, jacket situation,
Ooh,
and
that was
you'll
a
see
good.
how fly it
Ooh,
is.
ooh,
It's so fresh.
ooh. They ain't even ready for that one, Jay. That
Oh
was a
no.
bad piece. That was
They
a
may
bad.
be like, if you're ready for the drop, put it in the comments now. I'm ready. Just put ready in the comments really fast. We want to hear from you. There are pieces in
Yeah.
there. We got pieces that we go up to like a size 24, 26 in sizing.
Mm-hmm.
We got
Mm-hmm.
size smalls. We got some for our petite girls, for our tall girls. We have something for our size small, to our curvy
Yep.
girls. We've been thinking about everybody, and it actually just dropped. It actually literally just dropped. But
Yep.
Melly,
Only a
no, I'm
couple of pieces though.
eh, only a couple pieces tonight. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So tonight is a
Yep.
couple pieces. Tomorrow will be a few more pieces. The next day, and don't worry about it because we do have free shipping every day. It's gonna be free
Ooh,
shipping. So if you want to buy
free
today, the
shipping.
next, yeah, ain't
Ooh,
nobody
woo.
out here giving free shipping away. Okay,
Free shipping.
only for Melody. Everybody said I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. But it's
Yes.
free shipping, and they says your email mailing list don't play, jbolin. I love it. I love
I
it.
am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. We are all so proud of you. I know that the millimeters are going to show up. I know they're going to go to that site. Hopefully they don't crash it because they are known to crash some websites. Okay. That's how they roll up. Just so you
We'll
know,
accept it.
but you already know. Because every time we do a collection, you be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to type
It
the site in the
scares
comment.
me. It scares me, y'all. Every single time that I do a collection with Melody, the site goes crazy, and I'm online watching it. I'm an entrepreneur, so my brain is always going to be looking at numbers. I'm looking at everything, right? I don't care how big the name gets, I'm gonna always be looking. And so every time I'm looking, I'm texting Melody like, "Oh my
Yep.
god! Like I hope I have enough for these ladies. Like everybody's on here shopping right now. They're asking
Yep.
questions. What do I do?" And thank you, the Mellometers, and thank you for your support and for your
Yep.
community support. And the J Bolin family, thank you for your support as well because they support you too. My J Bolinistas, they definitely love them
Yes.
some Melody stories. So they said, "What's the
Thank
link?"
you.
So we put. Somebody
Yep.
said, "I'm petite and chubby too. It's all good, sis. We got you. It's all good. If we don't care, I don't care about any of that. One thing I've always said is that
Hmm.
I would cater to women of all sizes. One
Yeah.
is
Hmm.
because I'm from Mississippi, and I grew up around women that were tall, women that were petite, women that were curvy. So when I first got in the
Yeah.
fashion industry, everybody would say you can only work with a certain kind of woman, and you should only work with a certain
Mm-mm.
kind of woman.
Mm-mm.
I have always gone against that,
Yeah.
always. And
Yeah.
somebody says, please don't let it crash this time. Okay, we're not gonna let it crash, and we're gonna get off so that y'all can head over to the website now. Mel has done us a favor
Yep.
and dropping shopjbolin.com, and she's pinned it really fast. So it says, "We eat down here." Okay, listen, I'm from Mississippi. All right, and 72 years old. We got something for everybody. So head
That's
over
right.
and shop away. And I love you guys, and thank you for
Oh,
hearing my heart.
I
I
love
don't share
you.
that story with many people, but I really appreciate it, Mel. I love
No,
you,
we all
and
appreciate it. It's an inspiration. Thank you for, I will say, feeling safe enough to share on this platform. That means everything. So that lets me know that we're family,
I love
you know.
you. I
So
appreciate that.
yeah, so I appreciate that so much. And we love
Love
you. And we're
you
gonna see
guys
how
back.
this goes
Mwah. Bye, everyone.
out. All right,
Peace out. See you on the
bye
site.
Jay.
Bye.
All right, bye bye.